And welcome back to Mega Man V, Part 7. So now we're in Wily Star, where we're going to be refighting the Mega Man killer robots from the previous 4 Mega Man games. Now, I'm not going to be playing those games, and since they have a boss fight that I'd like to explain, I think I'm going to go over their bios each before I actually fight them. First up is going to be Anchor, first model of the Mega Man killer robots. With the Mirror Buster, he can reflect enemy attacks. A good point, he's soulful. Bad point, he's gloomy-natured. He likes Yucky Yuden. What? I have no clue what that word is. And he dislikes foreign robots. So, you know, he wouldn't be a fan of Flame Man, Wind Man. He wouldn't be a fan of the whole cast of Mega Man 6. They're all foreign robots, aren't they? Nevertheless, Anchor debuted in Mega Man 1, Revenge of Dr. Wily, or whatever the hell it was called. And the boss fight is literally the same as it was in Mega Man 1. So is the next robot coming up. I don't know if they're all the same as they were before, but they feel like it. You shoot the pellets, and they somehow get magnetized into his wing there. And then he shoots his laser at you, because it absorbs the damage, I guess. But he's pretty damn simple. I Mega Arm all these Mega Man killers, because they're all pretty lame and easy. The second one coming up is a pretty unique one. Quint! And Quint is literally Dr. Wily captured Mega Man when he came from the future and remodeled him. Yes, Quint is Mega Man from the future. Does that make sense? I don't know. A good point, fortune telling, because he's from the future. Bad point, time zone fatigue. He likes excavation and he dislikes himself. I guess that's why he's trying to kill us. Quint may be, quite possibly, the lamest Mega Man robot boss ever of all time. He was in Mega Man 2, and he still is in Mega Man 5. He has a jackhammer that he tries to crush you with. It makes blocks appear slightly to the right, slightly to the left of him. If you can't dodge this, I'm sorry, you have a huge problem. But yeah, this is literally Mega Man from the future. I'm not making that up. Even the Mega Man in base bio says so. It begs the question, if Dr. Wily captured Mega Man in the future, why the hell didn't he conquer the future? I have no clue, but clearly, when consumed with evil and given a jackhammer, Mega Man is a lame motherfucking robot. The third one is Punk. He is the second model of the Mega Man killer robots. He prefers fighting fair and square. Ah, noble gentleman, eh? Yet his name is Punk. A good point, policy followers. A bad point, punky appearances. But he looks like a punk himself. That doesn't make sense. Okay. He likes accessories, and he dislikes PTAs. He doesn't like it when the man gets on his back for causing a ruckus, you know? Because he's a punk. I don't know. The in-between sections between each Mega Man killer robot are pretty generic. Every time you kill a Mega Man killer robot, you always fall down this pit, and the spikes will always be to the right of it, so that's a tip. Don't hang to the right. These floors will collapse, and you don't want that. And there's Punk, or at least a lot of statues of Punk. Punk looks like he belongs in a Mad Max movie or something. Nevertheless, Punk likes to roll around Sonic the Hedgehog style. Sometimes he'll roll in midair, or he'll roll along the ground. If he rolls in midair, just slide under him, and if he rolls on the ground, just jump over him. And when he's not in his ball form, he'll jump up, throw stuff at you, and it's the only time you can hit him, and Punk isn't too much of a problem. Again, I just Mega Arm all these Mega Man killer robots, because they're pretty lame, they're pretty weak. And you always get free health from them after you kill them, which is always swell. It's awesome. And now we come to the final Mega Man killer robot, who is in Mega Man 4, Ballade. As he believes that he is the strongest robot, he can't help fighting robots who look strong. Good point, he has a challenging spirit. Bad point, he's stupid. Genius. He likes being number one, he dislikes disappointing his foes. Ah. So if he just gave up, he would disappoint Mega Man, maybe, and he doesn't want to do that. I hate the damn giant mech enemies. They had to put them right in between this tight space before him, didn't they? Nevertheless, this is Ballade. He's probably the hardest of the Mega Man killer robots, but that's not saying much. They're all pretty damn weak. This guy hops around. He'll occasionally shoot this bomb that'll explode on the wall, and he'll just keep trying to hop into you. And he'll run and try and run into you. You can jump over that, but really, Ballade's not much to worry about, as he wasn't in Mega Man 4. The only one I never really played was Mega Man 3. I never saw Punk in action, but if the other three are any indication, he fought exactly like that in Mega Man 3. So yeah, those were the 4 Mega Man killer robots. They haven't aged well, but now you know. Mega Man from the future. Quint is such a loser. Anyway, folks, here's our typical boss rush. See you then.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Yeah, I went with Frank Sinatra, Fly Me to the Moon for Boss Rush, because I had no idea what the hell I was going to make my Boss Rush music. It did work out pretty spanking well, though. When he said Jupiter and Mars, literally, the fight just ended with Jupiter and he moved on to Mars, which I thought was fucking classic, and I had to keep it just for that. But anywho, they gave me a lot of health and power-ups just to prepare myself for the final battles of the game. They gave me 2 energy tanks, pellets, weapon energy, and look, here's Proto Man to give me an S bubble, which will refill everything, but I just refilled everything, so what's the point? You may think 2 energy tanks are overkill, but we are running into quite a number of bosses. Alright, Dr. Wily, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. And you've got a giant fist. So our giant fist friend, he doesn't really have a weakness that I know of, or at least I didn't bother to look it up. And when he lands on the ground, his eyes on his wrist open up, and then you want to hit the eyes with the Mega Arm. You're fast enough to not get hit, and, you know, it's a fairly easy battle. And that's all that needs to be said. And that was the last time we're going to see Proto Man. I mean, he'll be back in Mega Man 9, which I'm playing after this, but, spoiler. But, you know, it's just pretty odd that they put Proto Man in the game to literally just come out of nowhere, give you shit in Pluto stage and in Wily's lair, which I think was odd. You know, just, they could have easily done Eddie to do that. They didn't need to do that. It's like, we need Proto Man in there somehow. Well, how about he helps Mega Man in Pluto? And Wily's place. Alright, whatever. After destroying the one arm, you have to destroy the other arm. This arm is much faster, and it has a much more moves to do. It doesn't just ground pound. The eye will open, and now he'll shoot a homing missile at you, as well as try to grab you. You have to slide under that fist, otherwise he'll grab you, crush you a little, and then drop you back down, and it hurts like hell. So slide under the open fist, and try to dodge the closed fist. It doesn't look that hard, but it's still not easy. It's, you know, the fist is surprisingly fast, and every time I seem to accidentally fall into it, there it is grabbing me. But luckily the missiles kind of took my damage for me, so it didn't really matter. As always, you've got energy tanks at your disposal. You got a whole bunch of stuff. But the fists are dead. Now we're going to be taking out Big Bad Dr. Wily in the final part. I will see you in the final part, Part 8. Until then.